Thank you very much. I call Graham Simpson to be followed by Stuart Stevenson. Mr Simpson, 4 minutes, please.
Thank you. Last week I spoke in the Chamber in the Stage 1 debate in my capacity as convener of the Delegated Powers and Law Reform Committee. I was limited in my remarks, of course, but no such restrictions apply today. That we are here right now, before amendments have been considered, that will be in a marathon session tonight, shows what a farce this process is. Now, as a committee convener, I'm exasperated that we've been afforded just 3 weeks to deal with this, but as a parliamentarian, I'm furious. This stunt, and that's what this is, has put this Parliament in a very dim light. Let's be clear, the public is not in the least bit interested in this. The SNP may think they're stirring up some kind of anger through their pretend grievance. I can assure them they're not. No one outside of the Holyrood bubble is following any of this. We're really no further forward than we were last week, except that we now know, thanks to the Cabinet Office, that there really is no substantive beef. We know that claims that this is an emergency are entirely bogus. Mike Russell has a funny idea of what constitutes an emergency. He reminds me of one of those people who crop up in the regular newspaper reports of those who make inappropriate 999 calls, like the man who said his 50p coin was stuck in a washing machine at his local laundrette and wanted police to retrieve it, or the woman who wanted police to deal with a pair of noisy foxes outside her home. Inconveniences, but not emergencies. The vast majority of powers returning from Brussels will start off in Edinburgh, Cardiff and Belfast. None of the existing powers of the devolved governments will be affected in any way. That's hardly a power grab. If you want to see a power grab, Mr Swinney, before you stand up, then just look at the planning bill. That's an SNP power grab. Just 24 out of 153 areas are still open to discussion. We may even get a deal this week. So what on earth are we doing here? And remember, for all the fuss, most of the SNP, Alex Neil accepted, don't even want these powers they're now complaining about. They want them to be held and controlled by Brussels. Let's be clear, this Parliament is going to get a lot more powers on Brexit Day. You'd think the SNP will be pleased about that, but what they're desperate to do is stoke up grudges and grievance. Now, my colleague Jackson Carlaw, not here at the moment, he's a reasonable man. He assures me that John Swinney and Mike Russell really want to do a deal with the UK government. I'm afraid their recent behaviour does not bear that out. But I do hope Mr Carlaw is right and that my perception is wrong. What I do know is that those of us who've lodged amendments to this absurd bill will do our jobs of scrutiny tonight and maybe tomorrow. The DLPR committee, which I convene, will meet again on Thursday to discuss possible amendments to stage 3. And in answer to Stuart McMillan, I do welcome the amendment put forward by Neil Finlay about exit day, which says that exit day should be the same day as the UK leaves the EU, a state of fact. Now, Mr Russell doesn't have to apologise to me for the extra time we're spending as parliamentarians, but he should certainly be saying sorry to all the parliamentary staff who've been dealing with this. I hope a deal
the member's just concluding.
I hope a deal is done and that this is dropped so we can all focus on the real issues.
Thank you.